Okay, we have two clips here from Ilhan Omar. She is just so disgusting in these clips. This perfectly highlights also how broken the Democrat Party is. Way too many people like her have taken over huge parts of that party.
Important for us to hold a mirror. There are so many people that are pretending the words that Charlie said don't exist. The way he made black women feel when he said we didn't have...
These people just do not want to be disagreed with. The statements that they say here, out of context, ridiculous. Sorry, Charlie Kirk didn't just agree with all the progressive nonsense.
Brain processing power to thought processing power to get ourselves into college and to be taken seriously as professionals. Or as a black person, if you were a pilot and he walked on that plane, he'd be scared.
That's totally taken out of context. I know, like, these people like that, they don't care. They don't care to learn what he was saying. That's a criticism of DEI hiring practices and are the most qualified people flying the airplane if you're prioritizing DEI over merit? That's a very fair question when you're talking about a pilot. Maybe it matters less, like somebody scooping French fries if they screw something up. Maybe you get sick for a day. An airplane is a whole different thing.
These are actual words that this man has said, and I can't even begin. We will be here all day if I told you all of the things he has said about Muslims and immigrants and the trans community. He had hate for so many people, and
This is so disgusting to be like he hasn't even been buried yet. It's been like just over a week since he was brutally assassinated. These people have no shame. The Democrats have a massive problem. Like, they've just allowed this to happen. Who is even sensible in the Democrat Party? They do not call this side of their party out nearly enough.
Mocked the death of George Floyd. You know, this is not somebody I am going to sit back and say had a great legacy of bringing people together, because he did the opposite. And it is important while we mourn his death.
Oh yeah, you're real sad about it. Come on.
And condemn his assassination and feel empathy for his kids.
How can you feel Oh, this is so gross.
And wife,
And there's just so far in this interview, no pushback.
We're not here to whitewash what he did while he was alive.
And no one is saying that you have to...
So look, I'm going to go to a different clip here now. Actually, I'll get Caitlin Collins's response here, because she does give some pushback here.
To whitewash what he did, or that you have to defend what he said or the views that he held. But regardless of those views, do you believe the timing of saying that the day after that he was assassinated, the comments there, do you regret the timing of those comments?
Do you think Charlie regretted mocking George Floyd's death?
Charlie is dead. He doesn't regret anything now, you heartless person. This is so disgusting.
As his...
Charlie's dead. Does she not get that? He can't regret anything anymore.
7-year-old pled to the world on what happened.
And she's smiling. This is so gross.
To her child. I think saying what Charlie did and who he was has nothing to do with his assassination. It has nothing to do with the timing of his...
Okay, so, oh my gosh, like, what a bad person. What a bad human being elected to the Democrats. It's just a fact. This woman just sucks so much. I'm not even that familiar with her, but I'm going to play one more clip of her at a town hall. Then I'm going to get back to some more comments from her on this CNN interview. Okay, this is at a town hall, and forgive me, the setup is a little bit long, but I think it's important. This man here is asking a question just to kind of get the feel of what he's asking, which makes her response even more ridiculous.
Charlie Kirk over the last decade has advocated for those who disagree with him to come to his various gatherings and dialogue with him and debate with him. And in contrast...
So he's basically saying Charlie Kirk invited open dialogue?
The interview he had this week with Mahdi Hassan. And in contrast, in an interview we had this week with Mahdi Hassan, I think his name is, you said that those who disagree with you and may have a different open view, worldview, are, in your words, full of shit. So I'm just wondering which approach is better, to call upon those who disagree with you to come to open debate and dialogue, or to say that those who disagree with you and have a different worldview are full of shit?
So, great question from this gentleman. I'm just going to highlight this one part. The question is essentially, do you debate with people you disagree with, or do you just dismiss them as being full of shit? And what he says right here leads me to believe that this guy is on her side. And listen to how she replies. I'm just going to play this so we're clear here.
You and me have a different open. You said that those who disagree with you and me have a different open.
So disagree with you and me. That to me sounds like this is like a democratic progressive person probably that agrees with Ilhan Omar on policy. And then listen to her response.
Open debate and dialogue, or to say that those who disagree with you and have a different worldview are full of shit.
So you must have selective hearing, sir, because I said...
You must have selective hearing, sir. That's the first thing. She just immediately takes that as an attack. Total fragile, just total snowflake. Just immediately. Charlie Kirk does not speak like that. Charlie Kirk opens, people yell in his face, you're terrible, blah, blah, blah. He would not go back at them that hard. He would attack their ideas. It's so gross. Like, you must have selective hearing, sir. And again, I'm pretty sure that's a guy that agrees with her politically. Just immediately, first thing she says, attack, 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 give me a break.
That the people who were full of shit were the people who were saying that Kirk was civil. Thank God. No, that's not true.
So I think he, off camera, said he was being civil. Then no.
The person who called for public execution of people he disagreed with is not civil.
Kirk got publicly executed, you heartless demon. I do not normally talk like this. This is very difficult for me to just be like, I'm going to criticize her ideas in this one. This woman is out of her mind.
The person who said you are a black woman, you lack the ability to process thoughts is not civil. The person...
I don't believe her framing. I don't believe she's including all the context. I don't even care. This person's not credible. I'm not even going to look that up.
Who said, because I am Muslim, I cannot be in this country because I want to destroy Western society is not civil. The person who said a 10-year-old should be forced to carry the child of her rapist is not civil.
Again, I don't know that position. Some people are pro-life. Some people are pro-life without exceptions. Deal with it. That's actually not a small amount of people in the country. That's just a position millions of people have. They're pro-life without exceptions. That's not hateful. Like, deal with the world, these people. And the Democrat Party, there is no sensible Democrat Party right now. The sensible Democrats have no clue what they're doing. People like this are driving headlines. They have at least point of view, and it's all crazy policies that will not work. And people are clapping for that. Standing ovation for just a bunch of garbage. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna get back to the CNN part.
I do believe those of you who are interested in rewriting this hateful man's history.
Rewriting this hateful man's history.
Thank you. Are full of shit.
Are full of shit.
Thank you.
So people that want to rewrite, oh my gosh, man. This is like a very popular politician in America. That's brutal. And here's another chunk from that CNN interview.
Well, and some people were celebrating it. That was part of it. But
I haven't seen that.
Issue,
I've just seen people sharing his words.
There was a town hall that...
You haven't seen people celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk? Liar! You're a liar! Everybody knows that you're lying there.
You had 6 days ago. You called Kirk a quote, hateful man, and you had
So she's talking there about the town hall. Maybe it's the one we just saw. I'm not sure.
You called Kirk a quote, hateful man, and you had reposted a video that I'm sure you've seen, you've taken criticism for. It's a video that called him a reprehensible human being and said Kirk was Dr. Frankenstein and his monster shot him through the neck. Why repost that video?
Because there were a lot of things in the video.
Because I suck. Again, like, this woman just bad. She has evil in her heart.
Video that I did agree with. Obviously, we share videos. We don't have to agree with every single word. But I do believe he was a reprehensible, hateful man.
No, you are. You clearly are.
Like, that is my view of the words that he has said about every single identity that I belong to. He didn't believe.
This is the modern Democrat Party.
That we should have.
It is, until they start to like almost unanimously call more of this stuff out. This is the Democrats. Like, how is it not?
Equal access to anything. He also just didn't even believe I could be smart enough. I could have thoughts that could be equal to a white man.
I'll say you don't. You specifically, you don't. You're clearly totally out of your element. You're just totally relying on insanity and inflaming the situation and shouting out a bunch of hateful things. Maybe it's like a compensation for your low intelligence, but I personally think you have low intelligence. I will say that. Not everybody like you, but you specifically are obviously dumb.
Where are we missing this conversation about who this man was and the things that he said? Do you not find that reprehensible, Caitlin?
Well, of course I don't.
Do you think I don't
subscribe
have
to that? But
do
I think
you
the
think
argument
I don't
being
have
made,
the brain processing power like you or a white man?
Well, of course not. And I know, think it's very clear here that I'm not sharing his views, and I don't think.
So then she's trying to drag everybody else into those stuff. And again, like, Caitlin Collins, I'm not saying she's doing it in this clip, but you could almost take this as an analogy of the modern Democrat Party. Someone gets out there, this guy that just got assassinated, this beloved person, Charlie Kirk, he's a reprehensible, hateful man. And then, but don't you agree that I don't, with this thing that I disagree with Charlie Kirk on? And then she just kind of capitulates, Caitlin Collins, like, oh, I guess, yeah, like, man, this is like kind of an analogy of the Democrats right now, sadly.
That would be reprehensible views?
I think the argument that was being made.
No, but I'm asking
what
you,
we have heard.
See, look, now she's bullying Caitlin into like, don't you think are you crazy like I am?
I'm asking you would you say
I
that?
understand what you're asking me.
But you're asking me how could I find him reprehensible? Like, that is reprehensible. You said it is reprehensible yourself. That is vile, it's reprehensible, and it is hateful.
No, I'm not asking why you think he's reprehensible. I think you're obviously allowed to have.
So now she's trying to bully Caitlin Collins into like her position.
Have your own views. That's why we have you on here so often, because we like to hear your views and
why again.
And what you think on something. I just think it was the video where.
Anyway, I'm going to stop the video there. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.